Welcome
Welcome to
to Shade
Shady
in the
City.
City. I'm Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are back at Married at First Sight, Boston, episode 3. We still getting married, y'all. All the weddings, all the tears, all the feels.
She is hype. She loves this.
Love
she
it.
loves this shit.
I do. So let's get into it. And y'all, we're about to see. Y'all thought I was harsh on Alyssa. Let's get into it, okay? Because we about to get real shady. Okay.
He got my vote. He got my vote.
We see
Steve for president
and Steve. And as you can see, Nels is very excited about this union. She seems happier than them.
I wouldn't say.
But they were super, super cute. Loved Noi's dress. I'd have to say it was probably one of the best that we've seen out of any of the girls.
Yeah,
it was super dope. I just love, and you see this picture in the middle, bottom middle, the way he like looks at her when she comes down the aisle. And I just thought it was so beautiful. And, you know, he makes a funny like speech and he's like, yes, Svetlana, Patanga, or whatever your name is going to be. And then he's like, Noi, and he gives her this beautiful speech about how he's been waiting for her all his life. And he may not know anything about her, but the one thing that he does know is that clearly she's audacious enough to go out and marry a stranger. So that's one thing we both know they have in common. And I don't know, like it was hard to hold back the tears. It was really, really cute. And I actually, as I said, I know I said they were a maybe. I'm leaning towards yes, but I think there's still some we got to uncover, but we shall see.
I think, I'm still with the yes. He's super funny. He brought her a ring pop, which I thought was super dope. She was
like, I got 2 rings.
Exactly. Like he thought about this. He thought about this day. He thought about a way to make her feel comfortable and to make her, laugh and enjoy the day. I love that. A guy who plans, yes, I love it.
Okay.
She got a little teary-eyed. She got a little teary-eyed when her family was explaining her and the way she was brought up and things like that. I thought that was super sweet as well. She was really trying to hold back the tears, but like I said, Trace, yes, come over. Come on over to this side because yes, they're making it. Wedding day for Alyssa
and Chris.
Apparently Alyssa woke up. She's not at all nervous, which is effing weird. I don't know if she's like psycho or what, but she's not nervous.
People are nervous when they're marrying people they know and have known for a very long time. And the fact that you're up here marrying a whole stranger definitely gives me psycho vibes, but that's neither here nor there. Continue.
Chris is excited and Chris is nervous. I don't know. I'm a little worried. She seems very
vain.
What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, we can use vain. Vain is not the word I was looking for. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it, but she seems very vain. And Chris seems very genuine. He seems like he has a great heart. I mean, literally telling from the strip club scene. He didn't even want to get a dance from a stripper. And he's still single at the time. He's like, no, I prefer to get that from my wife. Like, I'd rather see my wife like that.
This is true.
I don't know. She wants someone who is tall, tanned, and a little scruffy. And this does not explain Chris at all. Oh, and who has great teeth because apparently she takes care of her teeth. I'm a little bit worried about this union.
So, okay, I just want to reference this photo that I just added at the bottom here. Bottom left, you see Alyssa and Chris. This is after their beautiful wedding. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let Nels get in deeper into their wedding and their vows and, you know, their love. And she talks about her love for dogs. And go ahead, girl.
Oh, I didn't get there. They didn't say nothing about no dogs.
They did. She said I would jump in front of I would jump out of a moving car to save a dog.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that yet.
She said that in her vows. You must not have been listening.
You know what I noticed during the vows?
What?
I noticed that she wants someone with great teeth, and her teeth are not all that great.
What?
They are just white. Okay. They are just white. She really looks like she can use some veneers. I mean, I would never tell anybody to get veneers, but she's got like a tiny little tooth or something like that on the side. I don't know what the fuck going on with her teeth, but I'm feeling some type of way that, you know, she's talking about she don't want nobody to snag her tooth. She ain't snag her tooth, but she did say she take care of her teeth, and her mouth is not giving that. So maybe that's why I was distracted while she was giving her vows. I was distracted by her teeth.
Then we see oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm just really feeling Chris. Like, I really loved his vows. He gives me that he is serious about this. He's serious about having a wife. He gave me that from the beginning. I mean, like, he was ready. Okay. But he seems smitten with her. Like,
Alyssa gives me, I'm just trying to make it to the end of the show. I don't know. She doesn't give me like she's here really to find. I think she wanted a husband, but she was so picky about it. And she has a husband who clearly seems like he's ready to be a husband. But I don't know, for some reason, she just gives me vibes that maybe she's not attracted to Chris, or he's not her type. And so therefore, we don't know how much longer. Again, this is a hard no for me. So
you would think that after dealing with someone who took you to go look at rings and then a few days later broke up with you, that you're not the best at choosing the man in your life. So take 2 steps back and, you know, let the experts do what they do and let it come to you. But I think she's definitely going to get in her own way.
I agree. And then we see here at the bottom left, which I was referencing, Chris and Alyssa have a conversation getting to know each other after they get down the aisle. And basically, he lets her know he is the president of the Disc Golf Association. And
I'm not here with you with this one, Chris. I ain't here with you with this one.
Her face was like, if this ain't the nerdiest shit that I have ever been exposed to, mind you, but you know what? I mean, she talks about her love for horses. She's wearing her little cowboy boots under her dress.
That's normal. That's not some made up shit.
You stupid.
You really can't compare the two.
No, he said disc golf is not made up. It's frisbee, but
he's the vice president.
Stop
this
it.
This is not some major league nothing.
Stop it. Okay.
Oh, look, I'm married to the vice president of disc. Fuck out of here. That's some made up shit.
It's something.
And just because it's been around 5 years before your ass decided to be vice president, nigga, it's some made up shit. Okay.
Katina and Olajuwon. So no, I just think that they're beautiful. As I told Nels, I said, what he's giving right now, I don't know if it's because he's still in the moment and it's the wedding day. I said, but if he keeps this energy through the season, I am going to be an Olajuwon. Matter of fact, I'm going to follow him on Instagram right now. I'm going to be an Olajuwon fan because he's just so like, I am so happy. My wife is so beautiful. I couldn't have asked God for anything else. And she's loyal, she's supportive, and this is what I've asked for. And it was, y'all, again,
that he know of. We know she a part
watch these before we come back and review them for you. So it's almost like doing it twice. And when I tell you, I almost cried the second time for real. Because it's just, I love this embodiment of Black love. And again, I hope they make it. I don't know what I gave on the original. I got to go back and watch our own damn review. But I think I gave them a maybe. I wasn't sure because Olajuwon was giving whole vibes, but
a maybe sounds about right. I think that is what you gave.
I think I did say maybe, but I am now in the yes column. I am in the yes for Katina and Olajuwon. And like I said, it was a beautiful embodiment of Black love on display. I was so okay. So we're back into the thick of it all, as Nels would say.
Into the thick of it.
And we see good old Alyssa and Chris. Now, I don't know if you guys see this picture on the left, but this is the photographer trying to get a decent wedding photo out of them, something that's loving. Now, you've seen the previous slide where you saw Katina and Olajuwon staring at each other lovingly, and then this is what Alyssa was giving Chris. And it wasn't even Chris.
That's why there was so much space in between them. I mean... okay.
It was awkward. It was awkward AF.
Let me say this. So apparently Alyssa is not a lovey-dovey type of person. She's not super duper affectionate. I get it. I am the same way. Okay. I understand. Right. So I can actually understand the space and, not feeling totally comfortable. Right. But in this scene, they're taking their wedding photos and the photographer tells her to put her head on his chest. And she's like, oh, I wouldn't do that. Like, normally, like in a relationship, that's not something she would do. She wouldn't make out. That's just said, not.
Well, can you give her a little twirl? And she's like, I wish this motherfucker would touch me. That was the look on her face.
And he did not do it. There was definitely some awkwardness. What threw me off is the fact that the response that she gave was, I wouldn't do that. Like, it's something that she would never do. But you've been in relationships before. You had a dude take you to go see rings. I'm sure that you have laid your head on his chest.
Okay.
I'm sure you have made out with him. I feel like what she should have said was, I'm not comfortable just yet. He is my husband, but we just met and I'm not there yet. Versus versus saying, that's not something I would do.
And she don't
want to, because you're giving the impression that it would never happen. That's not who you are, and it would never happen. So don't look forward to anything like that. Which I think is unfair. I think it's fucked up. At the end of the day, this is your husband.
I was telling them, I said, what's so funny is I am the crazy affectionate one. And she's more like, if I know you and I love you, maybe I give you a hug. But she is very much like not that one. But I've seen her show affection and it takes her a minute. And I was laughing because I was like, but you're not even this bad. But I said, but I've seen you when you don't fuck with somebody. And that's what Alyssa was giving. When you don't with somebody, that's how Nels act. Don't touch me. Don't go anywhere near me. And I said, oh, she don't like him. She does not like him. It has nothing.
But you know what though? So I know me, a physical, if I'm just going off the physical, yes, it can be like that, right? But I'm telling you, I really like Chris. I really like Chris. I really like his personality. I feel like she just needs to get to know him as much as we've got to know him, because I feel like right now we know him more than she does.
That's
right.
True.
And the genuine person that
we are at Noi and Steve again. And we see their beautiful wedding photos, the whole family. And as you can see, both of them come from a pretty nice sized family, at least immediate family. So I can only imagine what their extended family looks like. But it's super dope. And for some reason, I hate to say it, I don't think I caught Steve's nationality, but to me, they really they blend well. Put it like that. They blend very well. The two families.
I really like them.
I do too. I don't know. The way he was looking at her, the way she was looking at him, it was really giving me like destiny. It was.
You know what? I just realized looking at this picture of them, everybody to the right side is super tall compared to everybody to the left side. Mm-hmm. Did you notice this?
I didn't until you.
All her friends, her family, they're like all super short. The only one on his side of the family that's short is the mom, really. I mean, the dad is kind of short, but everybody else is like super tall. Yeah. I don't know. I really like this union. Noi brings him I'm gonna say a piece of cloth because I'm not sure what they call it.
Please let us know what this is called. Matter of fact, you're gonna make me text Terry and ask her what is this thing called.
Terry probably does know.
Our homegirl, shout out to Terry. She's from Laos as well, so I gotta ask her. We gotta ask her what. But continue, Chanel. To us, it's a piece of cloth right now until we get the proper name.
It's a piece of cloth. She brings him a piece of cloth, and I love how she says, you know, in my culture, when it's a celebration, we're supposed to match, and this is a huge celebration for us. So, if it's okay with you, can I put this piece of cloth on you? And I thought that was beautiful. The only thing I'm lost at, the only thing I didn't understand is that they're supposed to match, but the cloth didn't really match. So I'm trying to be nice and I'm trying to be sweet, but it didn't match. It didn't match her dress. I don't know what it matched. Maybe it matched the tablecloth. I don't know. But regardless, I really love this union. I really love them together. So I'm here for Noi and Steve. You're gonna have to bear with me, okay? Because Lifetime was doing a lot of jumping back and forth. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna touch on each couple individually, give you a rundown of what happened for a few scenes before we move on. So we are first going to talk about Katina and Olajuwon. It seems like everybody is basically like at their reception, right? So Katina and Olajuwon, I know we initially felt like, you know, she wasn't feeling him when she first met him. I don't know. Maybe she got to play a vibe like we did. But at the reception, she says that she's feeling mushy. And apparently Olajuwon is feeling this. Like he is all into it. He is.
This
is my wife. This is my forever. This is bae. Okay.
I'm here for Olajuwon.
Is
He's giving life partner. He's giving husband.
This is the one. We also find out that Katina really likes his body structure. She said, you know, she was dancing all close up on him. And she was loving on him. Gotta do the slow grind, girl. The slow grind. Oh, that's probably what she was doing, okay? Being that she was able to feel the muscles, okay? She was loving the fact that, you know, he's built. She said she loves his body structure and she could feel it through the tucks. Now that says a lot. Katina lets it be known that, you know, she understands. She understands why they were matched, which I think is a great thing. That means that she can see where they relate. And you know, I don't know. I'm here for it. But they have a conversation about, you know, do they want kids? When they want kids? Apparently, she was thinking 2 years. He was thinking 3, but
they want to travel first. They want to travel first.
Exactly. They want to travel the world. So what caught me off guard was she asked him if he can cook. And we know Olajuwon is the one that needs a wife that can cook.
Look, and Tina, I'm here for it, boo. If you can't do it, somebody got to.
He does say that he can cook, and he's like, "What, you can't? You can't cook?" She's like, "Yeah, I can, but like, you know, I don't do nothing like crazy. Like I can't do nothing crazy. And he's like, I mean, it's okay. Like, you know, as long as it's not bad. Noi and Steve. So they initially, so they're dancing, they're having their, you know, like I said, everybody's at the reception. This is their reception. And they're dancing, and the kid conversation comes up with them. And you know, she's like, how many kids do you want? And he says he wants 2. She's like, I want 3. He's like, oh, well, all right, you know, we can make 3 happen. You know, you want 3, I want 2, let's fuck it. You know, I ain't got no problem with submitting to your demands, ma'am. So he's like, yeah, you know. The only problem I'm having is this clause that was given to him. It's giving very much picnic.
We're still waiting on Terry to hit us back about that. But don't
it looks, I mean, listen, no, all she's hitting us back with was the name of the clause. Okay. That ain't got shit to do with the fact that it don't match. She ain't about to let us know whether it's supposed to match or not, because you know, Noi already let us know that it's supposed to match. It does not match. It don't match. It don't match. It looks like this dress that Noi got made is something that she got made from scratch, which tells me that she could have got a piece of cloth to match perfectly her dress. That's not what we did. We got him looking like a picnic basket. So she proceeds to ask him, you know, about his endeavors, you know, his trip that he took. Did you take this road trip because it's someplace you plan to move, that someplace you plan to live? And he's like, nope, I was just you know, on the move, you know. And Trace, to point out, Ms. Ride or Die, Noi did say basically what I said, that, you know, he is in between jobs, but he clearly can get one. He can get it. She knows it's temporary. So thank you, Noi. A lot
of people who can do, but do they is the issue.
We ain't talking about motherfuckers that work at Burger King, okay?
I'm just.
All right, he's got a real fucking career.
Okay,
people actually want him, need him at their company. Okay, that's what we talking about. We talking about the fact that if you start posting your motherfucking resume or start applying for jobs, guess what? Bitch is gonna be hitting you back. We ain't talking about where you got to go somewhere. Talking about, are y'all hiring and we applying online? Okay, that's not what we talking about. Filling out applications. Okay, with Mark the Shark and what's the girl name? What's your girl name? Huh?
Lindsay,
girl, I almost called her arch enemy's name. Let me stop. Okay, so
please don't do that.
Mark the Shark and Lindsay, apparently Lindsay is also seeing why they got matched. And I think that, I don't know why, I think that's like so cool. I think that's so dope. It's like, you know, you're sitting down talking with this person and you're seeing all these things that you relate to, that you have in common. And it's like, okay, I understand. I get it. I get it why we're both here. I see why, you know, they match us up together. I think that's, I don't know why. I think it's super dope. But Mark is doing his research. So, you know, he's talking to the dad, talking to the brother. And, you know, he's like, yeah, I can tell, like, she's the type of person that opens up, you know, when she trusts. And, you know, he's like asking the dad, like, what should I know about her? And the dad is like, she's a ride or die. She's a ride or die. Like, you want her on your team. You don't want her against you.
Okay. You want her
on your team.
But she is a little bit much. She is a bit much.
She's a lot. They both have.
It's no shade, Lindsay. We actually like you over here, but we are. Look, I can admit that I'm a bit much. I'm not for everybody. Okay, certain people fuck with me, and certain people are like, that bitch is a lot. So, and it's understandable, and I'm okay. I'm not for everybody.
So Mark did notice that they're both like loud and outgoing. And I love the father, and the father, he's like, well, Mark wants to see her loving side. It's only day one. So he hasn't seen it yet, but he's like, I want to see her loving side. And the dad is like, she's super loving. He was like, she would buy a homeless person lunch, like with no problem. And I also love the dynamic. I love the fact that, Mark is understanding that they were also matched because he's getting from her family what he's missing from his, and vice versa, because she's gonna get that from his family as well. And
thank you for breaking that down, because that's what I was waiting for. That was the highlight for me.
That dynamic to me, and that alone means a lot. He said he's missing a dad. He doesn't have siblings, and they're like, welcome to the family, homie. Yeah. Welcome to the family. And her mom
with her mom and da-da-da. And mom
is a piece of shit.
Not in the best shape. It's someone who can be, and you never want to, I don't want to call it a place filler or a placeholder, but it's someone who can offer you something that you no longer have. Mm-hmm. So you clearly see why they were set up. And Pastor Cal, and I think it's Dr. Vivian, you did a very good job on that match. At least right now, it definitely looks like they see, and I like you said, Nels, I think that's the best part, when you can see them be like, oh, that's why we were matched up. That's why we were.
We are moving on to Alyssa and Chris.
This ain't
so Alyssa and Chris, he is super excited. He got a baddie for a wife. Don't make that face, Trace. She's cute. She's a cute girl. Give her that.
You know how they say, like, you can be so pretty, but your personality makes you ugly?
I don't feel like we've gotten there yet.
On the outside.
I don't feel like we've gotten there yet. We're not to the point that her personality makes her ugly. But we do know that she's superficial and she's surface.
Okay. And for me, I'm the one that likes everybody. So for you to be trying to talk me off this disliking,
because I
don't like somebody, I don't like somebody, and that's just.
But you know what but the problem is, you know what I've come to learn. I've told you, we've had this conversation. I have learned to accept people for who they are. Okay. We are in our 30s. Motherfuckers ain't changing. You are who you are in your 30s.
That's very true.
So if she's a surface level type of bitch, she's a surface level type of bitch.
Okay. Well, that's my fault, Alyssa, for wanting you to be better. That's all.
But we also have not got to learn Alyssa just yet. We just know what she is right now on the surface and how she feels initially meeting Chris. But I don't know. I felt some type of way about when she said, like, he's like, well, what made you do this? And she's like, well, I've dated everybody. I don't know why they made her sound like a hoe.
You see,
I mean, if you're a hoe, you're a hoe. But I'm
my miso soup, minding my business.
Okay, so
she sounded like Carrie Dash. She for everybody.
She for everybody. And then now that I know she for everybody, her story about her dude taking her to look at rings is kind of a little sketchy. They was probably walking through the mall and just passed by the damn jewelry store, and she was looking, and he was like, you know what? She don't know what she is.
And she gonna find out 3 days from now.
Exactly. So, Chris is talking about, like, his friends asked, like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to live? And she basically said that she don't give a damn what her husband wants. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, because they said it that, there was no pop-up, there was no caption of nothing. It looked like she said Situate. She was like, I don't care. Like, I'm living in Situate. Like, fuck what my husband says. This is where we're living. And basically the problem is, I think one of the problems is going to be that
it actually
he's
is
super
Massachusetts. So you were right. I had to go. It is. You were right. You caught it. There's a Situate, Massachusetts. It is. Yay! You're stupid.
So basically, he's like, okay, that's duly noted. Basically, whatever you want, you know. But I think one of the problems is going to be that he's super affectionate. He's a super affectionate person, and she's just not. When you're not an affectionate person, you kind of, I mean, it's nice to know that you're wanted by someone who's affectionate, but you kind of need somebody who's not super affectionate, who, you know, gives you a kiss here and rubs you real quick, not just want to be all on you like all the time. So I feel like that's going to be,
you know, I don't understand that concept. I don't understand that.
You know what's crazy, Trace? I was having a conversation about you the other yesterday. And we were talking about mushy gushy, and I was like, you know, she needs a category of her own, because
I'm the type you got to
Trace is super affectionate.
You got to give me a kiss when we get up in the morning. You got to, like, before I leave for work for the day. Like, I am uber affectionate. If I don't hear it, I have to feel it. That's my thing. If I can't get the affirmation, then I need the physical. And for me, that's me. I need it.
That is her. That is her. And it's quite sickening. Okay, so basically, you know, Michael lets it be known, like, he wants to get to know his wife, right? And she's like, okay, so what is your work schedule like? He's like, well, I get up at 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Yep. And done. That would never work.
Oh, 4 a.m. Okay. So what time do you get home? 7:30 p.m. She's like, is that every day? He's like, well, Monday through Friday. Well, what are your Saturdays? What are your weekends looking like? They're like iffy, you know, depends on how many clients I have. Okay, you know what? Hold on.
Where are you going? My co-host left. Okay. Red flag. Thank you. Look, you were giving too much shade, Mitch.
Apparently so. Let me move my thing back. Let me fix it for y'all. Because I'm rolling over and everything. Okay, so red bucket. Look, flag on the play. All right. So I completely feel Jasmina as to why this is a red flag. Well, she didn't say red flag. To me, it's a red flag. But he is emotionally and physically unavailable. So you're not ready for a wife, because
I was just about to say that. I said, I don't know why he's not ready, and it's not because he's not ready to love anybody. With what did Steve Harvey say? A man needs to know who he is, what he does, and how he's going to provide. He does not know that yet. He is not at a place in his life where he's ready to stop grinding to have a family and a wife. And it's so fucked up, because
what happens if they don't have all that together? They feel insecure, and they need validation from who? Random bitches.
Well, that part.
Let me tell you something. So Jasmina lets it be known that she is used to dealing with people who are emotionally unavailable. So she knows the signs. And this is a sign for me as well. And I'm confused. Did the experts not ask what your work schedule is? And if we wanted to compare, right? Him versus Mark the Shark.
Right? Who changed his whole schedule.
Mark the Shark has not met his wife. He didn't even know her name, but he made sure he changed around his schedule to accommodate time for his wife, which I seen it, his wife seen it. That is amazing. That is beautiful. And that, to me, is someone who was ready to get married. But Michael, I don't know. I'm like I said, I love this union. I love them together. And I hope he gets ready. But as of right now, this moment where he does not even have time, it sounds like he really don't have too much time for his fucking self, let alone a wife. Are you planning to give your wife 1 day out of 7? I'm confused. What's going on here? And that's your day to rest. So I'm confused how did you even get to this wedding, sir? How did you make time for this wedding? I don't know. Maybe he has a way that he works on his schedule. I don't know. But especially for newlyweds, I think it's super important to spend as much time with them as possible, especially people who got married and don't even know each other. But
that part,
to me, this is a huge red flag. And Michael, I feel like this is something you should have fixed and worked on before coming onto the show, let alone meeting a woman to marry.
Well, there you have it. Okay.
So we're going to start off with
Olajuwon.
He sits down with
Katina's mom.
At
the bottom right.
Katina's mom down here, bottom right in the pink. And he is going on what Treese would call a tangent. Okay. He tells her that he has ADHD. The mom asks, Are you on meds? Are you on meds for that?
No. We're talking about him, not me. It's not diagnosed, but it's clearly there. It's clear. All the signs.
He seems to have another diagnosis that we can give him is diarrhea of the mouth, because he is just blah 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 blah, and called his wife the wrong goddamn name. He called her Katrina. The mom was like,
that irritated her mother's soul.
Katina. Your wife's name is Katina. Get it right, boo. Get it right. Then we have Jasmina, who is sitting down with what's her dude's name? Michael. You know, I wanted to call him something else, Trace. What's his name? Michael?
Who? Jasmina? Yeah, his name is Michael.
Yes. Okay. So Jasmina, she's sitting down with the sisters, and I love this moment. They give her a breast cancer pin to represent their mom, and it also represents the mom looking down on them, looking over them.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmina lets it know. I thought it was super duper sweet. And Jasmina lets it be known that, she doesn't have like family traditions. You know what I mean? We know Jasmina's background and her family, you know what I mean? So it's great that, she's now into this family, that they have family traditions, although the mom has passed, they've made their own. Also, we noticed that Michael's mama, I'm sorry, not Michael's mama, Jasmina's mama, she got a type, y'all. She like Jamaicans. Mm-hmm. Okay, because if I'm not mistaken, Jasmina said her daddy left and went back to Jamaica. Now this man sitting down with Michael is Jamaican.
Kingsley was his name.
I like that name now. I ain't gonna lie. I love that name.
I love that name.
Basically, she's like, the mom is talking to Michael, and she's like, so what are your intentions with my daughter? And he's like, well, I intend to be vulnerable and the mom was just like giving him advice, like as far as Jasmine is concerned, to help them win. You know what I mean? And the stepdaddy, you said Kingsley,
Mm-hmm.
he is like, look, you better keep her happy. Because if you don't, you're gonna have to deal with me, sir. Okay. So now Chris is sitting down with Alyssa's mom. And Chris is basically like asking the mom, like, give me this tea. Like, what's up? Did she say anything about me? Like,
can I answer this one? Can I say this one? Pick me. Alyssa mom lied. And this is in my notes. Alyssa's mom lies and says Alyssa said she liked him.
That is what she said.
And we all know that was a lie. You could see it in her face as she was trying to form the lie that it was a lie.
Yeah. Poor Chris. Poor Chris. And look, Alyssa. We're gonna get back to Alyssa. Okay, so Alyssa's mom lets him know that Alyssa has a big heart. The type of work she does, like you have to have a big heart doing that, rescuing animals and things like that. And he's like, well,
and she's also a social media manager for a construction company.
Manager,
she said, yeah,
exactly. And he's like, well, what should I do if she's having a bad day?
And I love that question. That's somebody who really wants to get to, like, not when she's having how can I, when she's having a bad day, what can I do to help? I said,
you know why
do you have brothers?
And why it's such a great question, because Chris is a husband. Chris is a husband. Alyssa is not a wife. That's why. So Alyssa's mother says, just stay away. Stay away, give her space, just leave her the fuck alone. If she's going right, nigga, you go left. Okay? Stay the fuck away.
You know what I think though? Hear me out. Just based off the narrative, and I feel like how Lifetime does things, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they will surprise all of us and they actually make it. Maybe she's going to be an asshole.
You didn't hear me say that earlier? I said, wouldn't it be crazy if they were the only ones that stayed together?
She's going to be an asshole, but he looks like, unfortunately, because like you said, he's ready to be a husband. He's going to be so focused on trying to work it out with her. And she's going to hopefully at some point in the season wake up and realize that shit and be like, oh my God, I actually have a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope that happens.
Let's hope she's not so superficial that she sees past that.
Right.
But then Mike's friends, I'm sorry, not Mike, Chris's friends, are having a conversation with Alyssa, and they were like, what was your first impression of Chris? Okay, she basically gave the equivalent to, he seemed nice.
No, she said he was kind.
No, she said
he was kind.
She said he had a kind vibe.
His friends didn't even know what to say to
that. To me, that is the equivalent of, he seemed nice. That's not a first impression, boo, but moving on. So they let Alyssa know, he's a natural teacher, but because of that, he can come off a little bit condescending.
Don't forget overbearing.
Overbearing. Yes, and overbearing. So they told her basically, don't be afraid to stick to your guns. Get in his ass, basically, if he's coming at you like that. So I don't think Alyssa really liked that. But first of all, what type of friends are y'all?
Let's talk about that. Let's get into the end of that.
I can understand them saying, he can be like a teacher. Because what woman doesn't want a man that they can learn from? Right? Okay. Every woman wants a man that they can learn from. If you can't teach me
nothing, how can we grow? Let's go.
But to say that because he is like a teacher, he can come off condescending. Nobody wants a condescending teacher now. Like, I mean,
condescending is such a strong word, and I feel like that was the wrong word.
That's a very
condescending is such a strong word, because I would have immediately been turned off by the word condescending as well. Because I feel like condescending gives me almost like chastising. Like, no. So it's like, I don't know. I put those two in the same category for some reason. I don't know. Condescending to me comes off as chastising, and like somebody's gonna, you're wrong, and da. And that to me comes off condescending if you're not wrong, and or they don't respect your viewpoints or whatever the case may be.
I don't think Alyssa was feeling it. I don't think it was right for the friends to say that. I feel like, I don't feel like they should have only given positive feedback, but I feel like it should be kind of like when you're in an interview, right?
You never want to say anything negative.
Or you make your negative sound like a positive.
Right?
Right?
This one time when I walked out the job, but I told my boss respectfully, go fuck yourself. And then I walked out.
No.
Well, that's what his friends were giving.
I was about to say, yeah, that's not what I meant. Like, I mean, like something like, when they ask, like, what do you think your worst trait is? Well, when I start, I think my worst trait is, when I start something, I have to finish it.
Yeah.
Something like that, where you turn your negative into a positive. But to completely, come on. Like, if there is some negative, she will find out. They're married. She'll find out. I don't feel like it was right for you to say that, especially the first night that they met, and the answer that she gave as a first impression was he had a kind vibe. The bitch wasn't feeling him like that. Steve has a conversation with Noi's brother. Everybody is really, trying to get to know each other's family here at this reception. They mingling and shit. So Steve is talking to Noi's brother, and, he's like, basically, I think he's like kind of getting at, like, what are you expecting tonight? Like, you trying to go to bed with my sister? Like, what's up?
But what's
and
so
Steve was like, yeah.
Steve, like, he was trying to be like, you need to try to slide in. And I was like, for a brother, that's so, what?
Well,
what Noi's brother was giving me, and I hate to say it, he was giving me Elijah. But anyway,
I can see that.
And he was like, she's not one to chase. I'll let you get your part in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know where you was going. Okay, so Steve is like, yeah, I want to go to bed with her and, cuddle with her, wake up next to her. And he's like, well, you think something gonna happen? He was like, well, I mean, no, I don't think anything gonna happen. But, and then he was like, well, I mean, because, if it did, y'all married. Y'all legally married. So, basically, you could try your hand. Because that's your wife. So if you're trying to get something, go ahead. Go ahead. Is that what you wanted to say, Trish? Because you wanted to get it out. You clearly wanted to get it out.
No, I was just, yes, but that's what I'm saying. He was just like, if you don't go after it, he said, if you don't chase her, someone else will. I dropped the mic.
Yes, he did. And then Katina is having a conversation with her girlfriends, talking about Olajuwon. I think her little friends like Olajuwon, because when they was dancing on the floor, her little friends was like, oh, Jesus, that's the type of bitches he be talking about he take down. That's the type of bitches he take. Your homegirls, bitch, watch it. Because that's the type of bitches your husband take down, okay? But anyway, she's like, yeah, I can't wait to see his tattoos. And because she was feeling all up on his body earlier. She's seen, he got a little something going on. And but she said she ain't having sex right away. So she said. So she said. The friends don't believe her, but she was like, that's why this is my box and that shows.
Okay.
But Olajuwon tells his friends that, look,
I'm willing to do whatever, whenever my wife wants
If she want me to flip it, I'm
flip her over,
if she want me to tie her up, I'm gonna tie her up. He was like, I don't care what she want to do. I'm doing whatever she want to do. I feel like a true husband, and I am here to please my wife. Okay. So now, after the reception, everybody's heading back to the hotel. Things are winding down. From what I saw, it didn't really look like anybody, gave up the cookies. But everybody chilling or whatever. Lindsay is apparently happy that her last name is decreased by 50% because she's married now. I don't know what her last name was before, but apparently she's happy as hell that it's decreased by 50%. Her husband is not happy that she don't want to wash her ass the night that they their honeymoon night. He's like, in the morning he gonna have to beat her with a pillowcase full of soap. So I don't know if she's yes, he did. I don't know. I mean, he didn't seem angry about it, but she went to sleep. I mean, she's been outside all day.
We have another Johnny and Bao this season?
I don't want to say that. I mean, I'm sure she washed her ass, but
how did I miss that? I did not, even the second time I did not hear nothing about her. I do know she said, I'm going to go to bed. She was cleaning her face with the clothes on. And she said, he's going to have to cuddle me without clothes on. I'm not doing it to him. I did not hear anything about her not showering or not him having, wow. People, Shade Squad, this is why you have two people doing this. Because alone, I wouldn't have caught that. I would not have caught that. That was
I don't know.
Right in my head.
I mean, let's be for real. She been drinking all day. She been jumping around like a jackrabbit. Ooh. It's hot as fuck outside. She got this big ass, heavy ass dress on. She probably need to hop her ass in some water. So I mean, I don't want to call it a Bao and Johnny situation, but I know I wouldn't want to share the sheets. You know how your parents, when you used to play outside, you come inside and they be like, oh, you smell like outside.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Mix that with alcohol. That's probably what the fuck she giving. Okay. So I completely understand where he coming from. I don't feel bad that he said what he said. It don't change the way I feel about Mark the Shark. Okay.
Damn, Lindsay.
So Jasmina, she's just, I don't know. She's just a baddie. She's just all around baddie, like for real. She's happy about her ring. Do they pick out their own ring? Like, how does this work? Do the guys actually buy the ring?
I think the show buys the ring.
But they pick it out or something?
Possibly, maybe. I don't know. I think they all get the same band.
Okay. So, well, she's feeling like her dude did a good job because she is constantly, she's loving her band. She thinks that she is basically what her husband asked for in a woman. And I like that. I like that she's that confident. I hope she is what he asked for. And I hope he makes time for her ass and cut down some of the motherfucking hours because he gonna lose what the fuck he got.
Woo, that he asked for. I love that.
So Noi, we're getting to Noi. She has decided she is just gonna let it all hang out. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't about to look cute. I'm tired. I'm putting on my glasses. I'm going to bed like this. Like,
she was like, if I don't have my glasses, I can't see shit. So it is what it is.
Exactly.
And I love that Steve just embraces her. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah.
So cute. They're just so cute. She's definitely excited for their future. Steve lets it be known that he is sexually attracted to his wife, but he's not rushing it. He's not rushing anything. But I mean, we already know. Hey, look, and he's tall and skinny, girl. Noi.
You better try that out. What did Alina say? You better ride on that disco stick.
We end off the episode with Chris and Alyssa. And Alyssa, I feel like, okay, so I understand the friends may have said some things to her that were super distasteful, right? But now she seems like, I think she's in the bathroom or something like that while Chris is waiting.
The only thing you didn't touch on before you get into her, I feel like the only thing we didn't touch on was Katina's conversation with Olajuwon's friends and how they were talking about how he can be a little bit like rambunctious and out of control, and you just kind of have to settle him, and like he wants you to follow his lead, and you got to be patient with him because he does the most. So that was a thing, and we see that. And I just think that's important to touch on for the season because, yeah, I think his friends aren't giving him enough credit. I think he may be ready to be married, and I think his friends aren't giving him enough credit. And maybe
or his friends know us better than we do.
Huh?
Or his friends know him better than we do.
That part, I guess.
I mean, it did something for Alyssa. Alyssa's all in an uproar because of what Chris's friend said. You know, she locked herself in the bathroom, talking about, you know, that she really doesn't like condescending people. And she thinks that, you know, their characteristics are very different, that she didn't get anything that she asked for, basically. You know, I understand that the friend said some very distasteful things about Chris, but she is not even really giving him a chance. And I understand that, you know, what your friends say is very important because
absolutely
that's who you hang out with. That's, you know, they know your most inner private thoughts and conversations, and you know what I mean? So I get it, but I think it's really just surface level. I think this was kind of like an excuse to give her an out. Oh, I don't like condescending people, and you know.
The viewers, so when I was live tweeting about the show while it was on and I was watching it, a lot of the viewers and tweeters were talking about how the friends just gave Alyssa an excuse. She already didn't like him. We had been going back, not even back and forth. We were all in agreement on Twitter. Alyssa was not going to like him when he walked out. Based off her description of what she wanted, he was not going to like him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she tried to save face, even being standoffish. She still tried to save face. But when those friends gave her anything to give her an out, she was like, I'm taking it. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Now, maybe we're wrong. Maybe she really is hard to break through emotionally. But yeah.
He has a conversation with her and he's like, you know, do you want to talk? Is there anything that you want to know? And she's like, no. And she's like, you know, do you want to just like, he's really upset at this point. And she's just like, I just want to sleep. Like, I just want to go ahead, go to bed. And they get up and leave. And I felt really bad for Chris because
I did, because this is wedding night.
Alyssa's a bitch.
He's got the woman of his dreams, or he thinks, and oh, poor Chris. All right, y'all.
Look at you.
So they show the preview of next episode because we're going on honeymoons now. Everybody's married, thank God. So we can get past this. Now we got to go on the honeymoons and see if Alyssa gets out of her whatever funk she's in. Now that she's somewhere beautiful and exotic, and you know,
I think that changes the dynamic of a lot of things. I mean,
let's hope the stick comes out her ass. And then we have
falls out somewhere in the ocean.
But we see everybody having a good time. It looks like on the honeymoons. But as they preview what's coming up in the season, Y'all, we over here worried about Olajuwon. We need to be worried about motherfuckers Katina. Okay? Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Married at First Sight. Hopefully this one is a lot shorter for you. And we appreciate you coming by, stopping through. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave. Make sure you will like, comment, subscribe, and hit the
notification bell.
And please, please, please make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. That means TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next week to see the honeymoon, and hopefully no tears, because it's a honeymoon. It should be happiness. So I love it. I'm here for it. Have a good night.
Bye.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!